Ladies and gentlemen, it's the world's most dangerous podcast,
Dope Dealers Podcast.
It's your man Jamal Doman.
Toby Hixx.
It's going down, episode 43.
43, man.
Well, yeah, 7 away from 50.
Yeah.
And then listen, our 50 is going to be our live episode, our first live episode. So as we get closer, we'll be telling you all about that. But that's going to be big. We got some special guests, and we're going to tell you where it's going to be at in LA. It's going to be a live episode. It's going down. Toby Hixx, what's happening, man?
Man, just glad to be here.
Hey, that was
as always.
Yeah, and you check me out on Instagram at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman.
At Toby Hixx, TOBEHIXX.
We do this for the military, the troops. We love you guys, man.
Yeah, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard, National Guard.
Yes.
The Bloods.
We put it down. That's dope independent music. That is a new artist, man, Toby. Her name is Angela Donna. That was dope,
I
right?
like that. Yeah, I like that.
That's called Yellow Lights and Stop Signs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh, wow.
That's brand new.
Yellow lights and stop signs.
Yellow lights and stop signs, man. Angela Donna, a.k.a.
nice
Smiles. She is she got a mixtape called Bipolar Mixed Chick. Bipolar Mixed Chick. You can check out on Instagram. She is Austrian, Jew, Sicilian, Cherokee, African-American, New Jersey to Cali. She got a lot going on.
Yeah, she black.
She black, yeah, basically.
Yeah, she black.
She black.
Okay, yeah.
So she got a lot going on. So that's it. You know how we do, man. If you got independent dope music, send it to us, man. We will play it. We will open and close the show with it, man. And that's how we do it. So shout out to Angela Donna, a.k.a. Smiles. That is hot, man.
Yeah, that was a nice track.
What's up, Toby Hixx? Everything good?
Yeah, man, we here. It's a blessing.
We got a special guest gonna come in later on, man. You tell the people a little about our special guest coming in later on.
Yeah, good friend of mine, comedian Mychael Anthony will be in later on. Also from the show, also from TMZ.
Yeah, TMZ, boy.
Yeah, so
we're gonna talk about how TMZ be getting them tapes, man.
Yeah, man, how they get the tapes?
TMZ, listen, man. They got some.
They just got the tape on Kareem Hunt. The NFL couldn't get that motherfucker.
Yeah,
TMZ got it though.
They get the Ray Rice tape. TMZ got the tape of OJ killing Nicole. They got it, but they
wasn't even a company then. Yeah.
Listen, TMZ don't play around.
Man, they got Kareem Hunt, man. It's like,
oh yeah, let's get it. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about it.
Yeah,
it's been about a week since that happened, but
no, it ain't been. It's Friday.
Yeah,
it's been a few days.
Yeah, no. We taped this, and it's been about a week and a half.
Yeah, I'm high.
Yeah, I see. Yeah. Dope Dealer Podcast.
Yeah, you threw me way off.
Yeah, I know.
Caught me all the way off guard.
But we disagree on that. If you guys don't know, Kareem Hunt, one of the star running backs in the NFL. He was caught on tape.
Leading rusher last year.
Yeah, leading rusher for the Kansas City Chiefs. Second year in the league, young kid, very talented, but kind of troubled. He was caught on tape. I guess this happened about March of this year.
He's a leading rusher. And he rushed that broad.
Yeah, he was caught on tape assaulting a young lady. If you haven't seen the tape, it's all on YouTube. I guess they was in a hotel lobby and something happened. Some words was exchanged and he attacked the girl. I mean, it wasn't Ray Rice-ish, but it wasn't really. It wasn't a good look.
It was in a kick at the end.
Yeah, the kick was a little soft kick. It wasn't like a.
It wasn't, but it's the fact that you would kick her down on the ground.
When folks said the kick out, I didn't see the tape. They was like he kicked her, and I'm thinking he did a field goal kick.
Nah, but it was just a.
It was just like a little here. Take that with you, bitch. Like one of them. But it wasn't a good look, obviously.
No, it ain't gonna be a good look. And she was white in Ohio.
When the tape dropped, when were the brothers? We'll talk about that's a whole nother thing. But when the tape dropped, the Kansas City Chiefs, surprisingly to some people, not surprisingly to me, cut him.
I was surprised they cut him so quick. But now what's even more surprising is that these motherfuckers talking about, we want to help him get a new job. Well, then why y'all didn't just keep him on y'all motherfucking team? That makes no sense to me.
No, that does make sense.
No, how the fuck, what they gonna do? Say, well, you know what, Kareem was. I mean, everybody knows his football talent. What else you gonna tell him about? You can't tell him about his character. Motherfuckers,
you don't want to kick him. You don't want to seem like you. First thing you waved him, which was the right thing to do. But I mean, you don't just turn your back on him. You still want to help the young man.
But I'm saying, I can see if they say they want to help him with anger management and situations of that nature. But how you gonna help him get a another job when you let him go. And then,
Well,
I mean, what are you going to tell him? Motherfuckers seen the video. They know he can play football. You ain't got to tell him that.
But a lot of that is just all hyperbole. I mean, they just...
Yeah, they ain't going to help him with shit.
But I mean, you know, Ray Rice... still a part of from what I understand, you know, the Ravens organization still support him and do stuff with him and stuff like that. Yeah. They didn't never sign him back, but they let him, you know, he talks to the NFL rookies at the, you know, symposium they do every year after the draft. Now our disagreement was you think he's not going to be back in the NFL?
Well, you know what? After truly thinking about it for a good period of time, there's a chance he might be back only because he's so young. Because realistically, I figure he's not going to play the rest of this season and he might not play all the next season. But then after that, somebody might take a chance. He'll only be 25.
Listen.
That's the only reason why
you know what percentage of chance of him coming back to the NFL? 110% chance he will be back in the NFL.
Yeah, they said Philly man. Looking at him.
He will be back next season in the NFL.
No.
Now, not at the beginning of next season.
No, he won't be.
He will be back next season in the NFL.
I think the NFL is going to have to suspend him for a season. That's why I say he won't be back. I'm not saying nobody won't pick him up, you know. He's lost these games, so that's basically technically. I mean, they just picked up Redskins just picked up Reuben Foster.
Yeah,
I mean, people don't, you know, they don't give a fuck. NFL don't give a fuck.
He will be back. This is not Ray Rice, who's at the end of his career on the downside, so the Ravens can be like, you know what?
But I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. If he sit out all of next year, he'll still be just 25.
If he keep his nose clean. You know, metaphorically.
Cut his hair off. He got to cut that shit off. He got to get a clean cut.
If he stay low and do what he did the interview with ESPN and totally said, hey, I apologize. I was totally wrong.
He was wrong. He did that interview too quick.
No, he did the right thing. He did
he looked bad.
No, he did not look bad. No.
Yeah, he did.
What's too quick? When was he supposed to do the interview?
I'm saying he didn't have time to think. And he's so young. He didn't answer them questions well. I mean, he didn't do himself that big of a justice.
What are you talking about? He took manned up for it. Said I was totally wrong. The Chiefs were correct, and I lied to them. They did what they They did correctly. You know, to me, he's doing damage control.
But
Greg Hardy should have learned from that. But go ahead. Man,
but hey, shit, Greg Hardy knocking motherfuckers out in the MMA. Yeah, he's 6-0, man. He taking these like, fuck it, I ain't got to beat up these bitches no more. I'm gonna go knock some motherfuckers out since I can't play no more football. I guess he might have found his calling. Domestic violence made him find his calling.
Hey man, hey listen, He'll be back. He'll be back. And I think back next year. Maybe they may sit him 8 games next year. He'll be back. He'll be back. He'll keep his nose clean. He'll be back next year. I mean, listen, Reuben Foster, like we just, you know, the Redskins signed him. We don't know if he's actually going to play for him. Reuben Foster, I got, you know, let's talk about him. Little pros. If you don't know, Reuben Foster was a linebacker for the San Francisco 49ers. He had some issues now. He was charged with domestic violence with a girl, but the girl came back and said she lied. She made it all up, so he was allowed back on the team. Now, this is the same girl.
Yeah, I don't know why he was still fucking with her. That doesn't make any fucking sense.
Now, if he's guilty of anything, he's guilty of being...
Yeah, that's stupid.
That pussy must be good.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, too. Because I end up finding out, they end up saying, not only she do that with Reuben Foster, she accused another motherfucker in the past of domestic violence and then recanted the story.
So
she's just going around lying on cats. I don't know why.
So this new thing, you got it. I mean, she lied one time.
And not only was he still seeing her, he had her at the team hotel.
Yeah, well, she, you know, it's obviously some crazy, you know, she, you know what I mean? It's a relationship and it's a dysfunctional relationship.
But, because he should have left her alone.
But my thing is, you know, to me, the benefit of the doubt has to be in Reuben Foster's with this new situation because she lied one time. So why would, you know, so it's not out of the realm that she may be lying again about this situation. Because you know what it is.
Yeah, that's what
she found the bitch number in his phone, or he flew she found out that he flew another bitch to another game. You know how all this happens.
But hold on, let's look at it from this point. Is this bitch this ridiculous that she gonna lie once and recant the story and then come back and lie again?
Yeah, Toby.
Well,
these piece of shit bitches out here. Come on. That shouldn't surprise you.
But what I'm saying
is, all right, Toby, let me answer before you. Let me answer.
I know I lied last time, but I ain't lying this time.
Toby, what was the repercussions of her lying the first time?
She didn't get none.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying is, you don't think she has enough sense to go, well, you know what? I probably lost my credibility with the first lie.
The bitch don't give what credibility? Like, she has nothing to lose. So she's not losing a job. Like, so the bitch will lie 17 times. She don't give a fuck. That's what I'm saying. These piece of shit bitches.
I'm just saying that, how could she, I mean, hey, maybe she did think like that, but that's just kind of crazy to me. I mean, and that's Washington. That's the Redskins angle. That's the same motherfuckers that won't change their name, but that's a whole nother thing.
That's a whole nother story.
But that's their angle. Their angle is she lied once, she could be lying again. So, I mean, that's their story and they sticking to it.
And let them do the investigation.
Because it don't matter.
I understand why San Francisco had to cut. I understand that. But, I mean, let them do the investigation.
Yeah, he had multiple chances up there. Enough was enough up there. Yeah. And, Washington, they don't give a fuck. They're not going to win nothing anyway. They're not going to do nothing. They can get a whole team of Reuben Fosters. They're not going to do shit.
So, yeah, so it's a lot of stuff going on in the NFL, man.
But what amazes me, what amazes me, though, is that, seriously, all bullshit aside, it's wrong what is taking place, obviously, and you hate to see people, throwing their life away, whatever, putting themselves in that horrible situation, all that type of shit. But, every Sunday we tune into these motherfuckers to get it. We want to see them as big and strong, as fast as they are, and we want them to just collide into each other for our enjoyment. And man, they go through all that shit on Sunday. I mean, how the fuck you think they gonna act Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday? They can't act like ain't shit wrong. They the same violent motherfuckers that go through that shit on Sunday.
Correct.
And that's no excuse, but it's just, I mean, a lot of times society, people have been fucked up of thinking about, shit. Their life is violent. And that's no excuse, but how you expect a motherfucker to get hit like that, get their brain all rattled, and then just be acting like, hey, I'm cool.
Yeah, that's the thing about it is it's funny because I think I was trying to write a joke about that. Like, you train these motherfuckers to be killers every day. Yo, go, and then you expect them to go home.
Yeah, and then Tuesday
they can just turn it off.
Yeah, Tuesday they tripping.
Yeah, they can't turn that shit off. They go home. That girl say something. They girl look like the quarterback. It's time they sack that bitch. They sack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man, they lose it and shit. Shit.
Another story I want to talk about, the dope true story this week, Toby. This actually happened. This story broke on Thanksgiving, but I don't think we had a chance to talk about it because last couple of weeks we did your story, which is that Toby Hixx. If I sold you crack, I paid for you. Shout out to everybody responding to them 2 episodes. I know that was crazy. But Toby, you are you familiar with this story of the U.S. tourist who was killed by the reclusive tribe in the Indian island? Did you hear about that story?
Vaguely, but
all right. So let me people who don't know, this idiot, his name is John Allen Chow. He's like he considers himself, I think he looked at himself as like a missionary, like he goes around spreading the word of Christ to different around the world. Mm-hmm. So he set his sight on this island. It's called the North Sentinel Island, part of the Andama Islands, deep in the Indian Ocean. It's what is the? I'm trying to think the country. It's part of India.
Okay.
Now it's a forbidden island because the people who live there, they have they're immune to. They have immunity. Like no foreigners have ever stepped in the island almost like.
How did that happen?
Almost over 100 years. Like India does not allow. They just the tribe. They're allowed to just. This is their land. Don't fuck with them. And you can't step foot because you can bring them diseases. Like they have no immunity. Like there's no doctors over there. They live that real, you know what I mean? And they just, this is how they. Have you seen the movie Black Panther?
Yeah.
You know that island that tribe that lived up in the mountains for hundreds of years. They kind of like them, and nobody fuck with them.
Yeah,
and they don't. So in India has.
Well, how did he get over there?
he knew it was illegal. He just took it upon himself that he was just, because he white privilege and he American, he can do what the fuck he want to do. He paid some fishermen in the boat to get him close to the island, and then he swam and got to the island. Now they said the first time he tried to get to the island, they shot an arrow at him. Like they shot
a warning shot.
A warning shot.
Like, hold on, you're doing too much.
Because they look at it, you can bring us diseases. This is like what they did, the Pilgrims did to the Indians. Mm-hmm. This is funny that the story broke on Thanksgiving. So he didn't, he came back the next day, stepped foot in the island, went over to, I'm gonna find out, he was bringing stuff like medicine. In his mind, he was a missionary. I probably had Bibles and whatever, books and stuff and food for them. Them motherfuckers killed him. They killed him. Like, which they should have, the next day the boat guys said they seen the tribe bringing his body. So he was killed. It was a big, story about it, but most people it's illegal. So he broke law to go on that island. He wasn't even supposed to go on it. The Indian government had no idea. He snuck on his island.
How did he know where it was at?
Because they said he had traveled, like he does this. He just travels to these, he goes, I'm gonna read, let me read this story. But anyway, they killed him, and most people were like, well, hey, I mean, because he could have, it's like, they say the tribe is like 100 of them. He could have wiped them all out. He brings them diseases. They don't have no kind of immunity to fight. He could have killed the whole tribe. You know what I mean? So that's how the tribe looking at it. Like, motherfucker, don't come nowhere near us. We already shot an arrow at you. Get that shit out of here. Like, come on with that. But so, all right. Yeah, I'll read the story. Ooh. An American tourist has been killed by a remote Indian tribe after he illegally ventured into their island home. John Allen Child, 27, was met with a volley of arrows as he set foot on the north. The motherfucker got killed old school. Well, I told you they was, shit. I told you they old school. They don't, they ain't got no guns over there.
What's the word they said?
Hold up.
Met by what?
He was met by a volley of arrows.
A volley?
A volley of arrows as he set foot on the North Sentinel Island, part of the Andaman Islands deep in the Indian Ocean.
Oh, shit.
Police sources told local media Mr. Child was a missionary and traveled to the island to convert the Sentinelese tribe to Christianity. He went over there to convert them. But police officer...
You hear that, Steve Hill?
But police officer Depende Pathrock, that's his name, disputed this, telling local website news that the American was on a misplaced adventure in a prohibited area to meet uncontacted persons. Mr. Pathrock said authorities are still consulting with tribal welfare experts to determine how best to retrieve Mr. Child's body. The case has cast a red spotlight on the Sentinelese tribe, one of the last in the world thought to be untouched by the modern civilization. They one of the last tribes to be touched by nobody fucks with them, and
what they eat? I mean, what they do?
Well, they live off the land.
Yeah, damn.
Mr. Child was killed on November 16 when he paid local fishermen to transport him to the island. He was attacked by arrows, but he continued walking. This guy, he had a death wish. He was attacked by arrows, but he continued walking. The fishermen saw the tribals tying a rope around his neck and dragging his body. They were scared and fled, but returned the next morning to find his body on the seashore. Indian media reported that the fishermen told a preacher in Port Blair, the main town of the Andamans, about the incident, who then contacted Mr. Child's family in America.
Damn.
So that motherfucker. Outsiders are banned from going within 3 miles of their home to protect their way of life and to safeguard them from 21st century diseases. One police source said he tried to reach Sentinel Island on November 14th but could not make it. 2 days later, he went well prepared. So he tried to do it before, then came back 2 days later. He didn't make it. 2 days later, he went well prepared. He left the dingy Midway and took a canoe by himself to the island. This motherfucker just had a death wish.
Man.
So it's, most people was killing him on like they was like he had a death wish. Like and you can't get mad at the tribe. He endangered them.
Yeah, man.
This is just white privilege to which this is white American privilege. This is what he just said, fuck y'all, fuck what y'all got going on. Fuck anything I can bring. I'm bringing y'all Christianity. And they said, okay, you love Jesus that much?
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and meet go ahead and meet Jesus.
Damn.
Yeah, so that was and
I
that
know Steve Hill tripping off that shit. He told the motherfuckers. Damn, man, that's just ridiculous. So yeah, what was he doing on it?
He just had a death wish. So, people were,
I don't even know how he even found out about that shit.
Yeah, this is November 21st. A man from Washington State traveled to India to convert an isolated tribe. Will y'all please stop doing this? Stop thinking that you're going to conquer the world with Christianity. You
mean white people?
Yeah, white people.
Yeah, you mean stop. Doing this. Ain't no niggas
now, don't get me wrong. It's missionaries that happen all over the world. And I had an ex who goes to Africa with her church and do good stuff. I mean, but this guy just like if the people you can't if it's illegal to come near them, then follow the rules.
Yeah, follow the laws of the land.
Man,
whatever land you in, that's what I was always told. You got to follow the laws of the land.
Yeah, follow the land, follow the law of the land, man. So this guy, I mean, rest in peace to him, but man, he could have killed all them people, man. He could have, and this is what this is what the Pilgrims, with the Indians,
so,
they sat down and broke.
They don't get sick. They don't do nothing over there.
Well, I'm sure they probably get sick from each other, but they probably have remedies and stuff like that they can do. But they don't have any shots and stuff like that, so they have no immunity. Like we have shots that can, have our body. So this white dude can come over there and get with them and give them some shit, man. He can. So this has actually happened. This tribe was almost wiped out by the British back in like 100 years ago.
The same tribe,
because the British went over there and just, conquered the, Britain used to own it. India. India was a colony of them. So, so that was
I wonder how they survived the British then.
Well, I mean, I know. Well, they said only 100 left. I mean, I'm sure it was more.
Probably more, yeah.
So just 100 left. And India don't fuck with them. India let them have their island, and they don't, they don't come off the island, and that's their thing right there, man. So that's
That's some white folk shit for real.
That's a hell of a story, man. I think our special guest is in the house, man.
Yes, man, he's here, man.
Let me get over here. That's cool right there with you? Okay, cool. Come over here.
What's up, family?
Yeah,
in the house. What's up, homie?
We're
gonna introduce you right, man.
Yes, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you.
We're gonna introduce you right, man. That's Paul, our engineer, man. He a Clipper fan, man. He a Clipper. Got that Nick. Yeah, he a Clipper fan.
Throwing the ball, bro.
Oh, we gonna talk about it.
Traffic is a motherfucker.
Tobe, you wanna introduce him?
Yeah, man. My good friend. I'm glad to have him down. I ain't seen him in a minute. So, man, gotta get you on the podcast. Originally from St. Louis, Missouri. The Midwest, right by me in Omaha, not far away. St. Louis. My homie Mychael Anthony.
What's good?
Stand-up comedian. Works with TMZ, just legendary.
Yes, sir.
Glad you can make
Dope
it,
Dealer
man.
Podcast. Welcome, Mychael Anthony. What's up, man?
We forgot our bell. We normally have a bell.
That's all right. What's up, homie?
I just make the sound effects myself.
What's cracking, man?
Shit, nothing about to roll up.
Listen, I see.
Good?
It's the Dope Dealer Podcast, man. Come on, man. You gonna, man. Go ahead and roll up, man.
Hey, but you just got back from St. Louis, right?
Yeah. I just did a weekend at the Healing Comedy Club with Adam Ray.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
How cold was it this weekend?
It wasn't that bad though. It's snowing today though. I just missed it.
Did you get to see a lot of family and friends?
Yeah, I saw a couple of family. I saw my pops, stayed with my pops. It was funny because I left. Like, you know how weed is illegal in St. Louis, so my boy grows and shit, so every time I'm in town, I just keep shit stashed at the crib, and the weed is a little old, but it's still, it'll work. Yeah. It still work.
You had some weed in Pop's crib?
Yeah, I be stashing like I'm still like in high school and shit.
I see you brought the good shit,
a little something.
You know what I mean?
That's funny. You said you had it stashed. How long had it been there?
Like, I ain't going home back every once a year, so this should be a year old.
Yeah. You lucky that shit wasn't all crumbly.
Hey, it was.
Yeah.
It was straight dust.
How was the shows in St. Louis?
It was good. It was packed. The last show was crazy because there was a shooting right before the show because we was bragging about.
Shooting where at? You mean in the neighborhood?
Yeah, at the club where we was at. We was at the Helium. We was at the Galleria. It was right before the show started. We had got a call from the booker and everything. It was like, hey, just to let y'all know there was an incident, but the show is still going on. So
a shooting.
Yeah,
it's St. Louis, motherfucker. You act like it's a weird thing.
No. What I'm saying in front of the comedy club.
Yeah. It was right on adjacent to the comedy club.
Okay.
It was right, but it was still in the mall because the mall is where the comedy club's at.
Okay, it was in the mall. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was open mic night and somebody bombed one of them hecklers.
Y'all better clap or I'm gonna clap back at y'all.
One of them hecklers, man. It's always good to go home and perform in front of people.
It's always good to see people that actually fucking care about. Can I curse?
Yeah. Come on, man.
Dope Dealer Podcast.
Come on, it's Dope Dealer Podcast, man.
I think you the second motherfucker who asked could they curse
after the fact though.
Yeah. You can't have a Dope Dealer Podcast. It's better you can't roll up and smoke in this and cursing this motherfucker.
And then be PC like, oh, I'm sorry, sir. Well, I was inquiring about rolling up some marijuana. But yeah, it's always good to be, back home and seeing people, that you cut from the same similar cloth. You know what I'm saying? Actually, people that genuinely care about you. So,
how long you been out here?
8 years, bro.
8 years. Wow, man. How's it going out here?
It's going well. It's going well. You know what I'm saying? So,
how long you been open up for Adam Ray? Is that a regular person you open up for, or you just?
That's my guy. I mean, just like Toby, working at the Improv.
Yeah,
I worked at the Improv for 2 years, so I got to meet a lot of everybody's. A lot of everybody. So you get to, connect with some people. You know what I'm saying on a level.
Yeah.
And then be like. After this club, what kind of conversation that you have after that? So, Toby's one of them dudes that was like, it ain't just about comedy with us. You know what I'm saying? It's family, you know what I mean?
That, that's what's up,
I was able to connect that with Adam and a couple other guys, too.
Okay. That's what's up. Now we was just talking about you do some stuff for TMZ.
Yeah.
Now it's funny. We was just talking before you got here.
I'm in the field.
We was talking about TMZ. We was talking about
how y'all come up with all the videos.
Yeah, I was talking about how the fuck y'all get them videos.
They came up with Kareem Hunt shit. I said the NFL act like they couldn't find them motherfuckers.
TMZ gonna come up with the video.
Hey.
I think TMZ got a video of OJ killing Nicole, but they just waiting on the.
It's in the vault somewhere. No, it's just like, and we in a day and age right now, it's like a lot of people is constantly chasing that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe this is what I need to do.
Right.
Oh, I got video of such and such doing something. Let me go tell on somebody. Let me go ahead and report someone. This might be my platform. So
why they give it to TMZ? Why they don't go to the NFL and tell me, hey man, I got this or whatever?
Because I don't know if the NFL break off bread like that.
Oh, no, the NFL, no, it's illegal. They can't do nothing. They can't pay for no shit.
And just like when any stories that you hear about, like NFL be knowing about stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Companies been knowing, like comedy clubs. We've been knowing about what comics about to fall off the rail before the general public know. Just because we in the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
The motherfuckers snorting the cocaine after every show and all that.
And then all of a sudden, you're no longer playing these roles. You're no longer doing these things. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense. Now you barely getting up anywhere.
Right.
And now you're not even moving. Right. So just like with anything, you know what I'm saying? You kind of know where somebody's like,
that phone at TMZ be ringing off the hook with motherfuckers.
Hey, motherfuckers be lying though.
I can't imagine the shit that people be.
Oh, they trying to get people in trouble and shit like that.
They be trying to give lies. Just be like, oh, such and such is over here. You know, like, well, Mac Miller's not living. How are you gonna say Mac Miller is over here playing hopscotch? That's not
Jay-Z
true.
is cheating on Beyonce.
I'm like, oh, please.
I'm in a Chinese restaurant off of Wilshire.
Y'all get motherfuckers who mentally ill and everything calling there with that bullshit. Yeah, I can see all of that.
Today was straight though. Today I worked the Hollywood Walk of Fame,
Walk of Fame.
And my man Ryan Murphy was getting his star.
Oh, okay.
And you know who's doing a lot of production, a lot of stuff with Ryan Murphy was Angela Bassett.
Oh,
and I got to see Angela Bassett in real life.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah. She's still beautiful.
Oh my God.
Still.
And she like what, 60 years
She
old?
about 60
plus, bro.
Yeah, man, she's beautiful.
And it's funny because, people like been beautiful our whole lives.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people don't age as well.
Yeah.
You be like, oh, whatever happened to such and such, she's still there.
Yeah.
She been beautiful.
She's still there.
She keep
magical.
Oh my God. That's an angel from heaven above, man.
And it's my job to always ask questions and ask people something.
What type of question?
And sometimes when you see people like that, you just like
you get starstruck.
Like prepare me.
What did you ask her?
I didn't know what to ask her. I was like, you're beautiful. Just like when I saw Rihanna, I was at the Staples Center and I'm just waiting on trying to get players coming in, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. And then just Rihanna appears. I'm like, nigga, give me heads up. Rihanna is coming. And it's full Rihanna. It ain't like Rihanna leaving yoga. You know, it's full on. She was just floating. I was like, nigga, I don't know what to say to Rihanna.
Yeah, she is nice looking in person. I remember one time I was at the Improv and I seen her come. That's when she was dating Matt Kemp and she came in that motherfucker. And she was like,
her head is too big for me.
Yeah, she do got a big ass forehead.
I just can't get over that head. That head too big, man.
Yeah.
So anybody else you ever been starstruck? You seen that you was kind of starstruck?
Pretty much everybody else I'm pretty much prepared for. And anybody else that
that shit smell good, but that's I only smoke weed and then
you don't?
Smell, I don't. I know.
Tobe, you still smoke, right?
Come on, man. I mean, look, what would you even ask to be
just the yin and the yang?
You might as well ask. I mean, you could have just.
I know some changes.
You could have said, "Did you just have another baby or something?" I mean, but you know, I ain't questioning.
How is your children?
Oh, they doing good. My daughters, they 16, 18. Ooh. Yeah. My son grown.
Adults. Adults.
Grown children.
Yeah, my daughter in college.
We talking about the Kareem Hunt situation. We had a debate. I think he's going to be back in the NFL next season. Maybe he's going to miss some games. Toby think he's going to be off the whole next season. You have any thoughts?
I mean, it's kind of hard to speculate at this point since it's so early, and then now it's such a hot topic because, I mean, like I said, we in that day and age.
Did you know y'all had the video?
Did I know?
Yeah.
No, because usually I'm off Thursdays and Fridays, and since I was off with Adam, I was off Saturday and Sunday as well.
Okay.
And nigga, I'm off on Thursdays and Fridays. Everybody dies on Thursdays.
You miss everybody's.
Mac Miller died on Thursday. Prince died on a Thursday. Mac Miller. I mean, you could Google search everybody that somebody in the last few Stan Lee died on Thursday. Everybody. So when I come back into work on Saturday, because my shift is Saturday through Wednesday.
All the hot shit over with.
I mean, but I gotta chase the story because I'd be like, oh, this happened. We got fires. This person died. I'm like, oh man. So when that happened, I'm off back home in St. Louis. People's hitting me like, bro, you know, this happened. I'm like, what? So, you know, Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Missouri, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, that's neighborhood. I'm like, oh, man. And boy was a beast, too.
Yeah, he was,
And he was a beast, too.
And they cut his ass that day.
They had to. But I think if he I was telling Toby earlier, if he keep his nose clean, show the right, contrition, right remorse, they'll let him back.
It's pretty much what kind of PR damage control you got right now.
Yeah.
And to whatever outlet that you're in, make sure you are in the right light and make sure that you're saying the right stuff. So, and just stay away.
Yeah, just to stick. You got to, don't
just
get
fall
in
back. Fall back.
And that's what that's what people has been talking about. They had a conversation like even on ESPN recently about like, that's the thing though. It's like, how long does a motherfucker need to fall back? Like, and what I mean by that, like they gave an example of Louis C.K. They said, okay, the situation he was in, then he went and performed,
and a lot of people said it was too soon.
It was too soon. Well, how are you supposed to know when to come back and do whatever you do, no matter what the case is?
That's what you pay a PR team for to make that decision. That's what you pay a PR team.
Well, far as that go, I mean, we're in the situation right now.
But I mean, who was going to judge and tell Louis? I mean, how was he?
Well, I'm saying that's what you pay a PR team for, don't they?
That and you have the public opinion.
Yeah,
it's the public opinion. That's what we're like. So many people on social media, everybody can voice their opinion. So publicly, people feel like you shouldn't be doing.
Okay,
stuff.
so
not necessarily mean your career means you should stop. Just because you got caught up in whatever. I mean, Weinstein's still cashing checks. You know what I'm saying? Some people are still cashing checks regardless of whatever situation they are.
Yeah, I mean that didn't shock me nothing with him. I tell motherfucker all the ladies, if you can see the hair on a man's back from the front view, then that motherfucker harass you.
Dope Dealer podcast.
Yeah, shit, man. You can't trust no motherfucker like that. The moment I seen that motherfucker, I knew he was guilty. I said, oh yeah, this motherfucker's harassing
each and everything.
Yeah, because he just can't. I mean, without the money and the clout, he wouldn't get no pussy. So I know what he was doing.
A lot of them are like that too, man. Does DMC ever turn down anything? Do y'all get some shit, be like, man, y'all hang up the phone on, you don't get the fuck out of here with that shit?
Well, yeah, it depends. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Y'all get videos, be like, man,
every time. I mean, yeah, they have to.
Cause I'm thinking like, cause I know the bigger the celebrity, the more. But do y'all get somebody be like, man, Urkel cheating on his girl? He had the Waffle House. You be like, nigga, we don't give a fuck about no Urkel.
And just the thing, like Van had said on the Breakfast Club, is that anytime when we get something, we always get to other side.
Right.
We always try to, you know what I'm saying? Somebody saying something reckless about me.
Yeah.
They're gonna try to talk to me first.
Right.
Or you know what I'm saying? They're like, oh, he did this, he did that. Toby's gonna reach out to me and be like, well, let's talk about it. Yeah. Let's make sure, let's get the other side of the story to make sure. And then the public would be like, oh, that's not true. I don't think he did it. Just like when the situation back a year or two when Chris Brown had a thing and a woman said that he did something at his house. Right. And they had his house all surveilled.
I remember.
Nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
You know what I'm saying? Nothing happened because, and then became so public news and he became so publicly scrutinized just off the past.
Yeah.
Just off the past. Yeah. And this is something that Whoopi Goldberg had said. Well, actually, it was Whoopi Goldberg and what Dave Chappelle said, like on the Inside the Actors Studio, and they were talking about just because your character could be somewhat crazy, somebody can make up anything about you, and the general public will believe it.
That's true. That's
just
true.
like look what they did with Mychael.
Yeah.
Somebody could say anything about Mychael to this day, and people be like, possibly.
Because I hear that Dwight Howard shit was bullshit. And we talked about that. Like, because I noticed no real press has covered it. Yeah, I noticed ESPN, nobody covered, no real press. I've just been online, you know, bullshit websites, but no legit web, which means they've done their research and they figured it was bullshit.
And also, I'm gonna drop this jewel too, is one thing I learned. Like, I didn't go to school for journalism. I worked in front of the Improv, and then Cass was like, hey, you good at this TMZ stuff? Can you pick out celebrities? I was like, man, I got my comedy thing. I could do it during the daytime, which I'm out and doing the daytime. I don't do nights.
Right.
But the fact is that people can give you, like, if two parts of a story, if they're okay with media falsifying a story, they're okay with it.
Yeah.
If both sides, like if me and me like, oh, we're going to play a prank on somebody or we're going to put out a fake story.
Right.
I'm going to say this about Toby and Toby going to say this about me and we can send it to whatever media outlet and they'll run it.
Yeah.
They'll even know that this story's fake.
Yeah.
But they'll put it out there, but we're okay with it. You just can't run fake stuff on people.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, it's funny you say that because
that's why I never understood the magazines, how they get away with saying all that those stupid.
Oh, you talking about National Enquirer?
National Enquirer, all the tabloids, all them stuff.
Obama's an alien. You know, how the fuck they... but I met the guy who owns that. You know, I didn't meet him. He'd be on CNN. He's a Trump. And you see him talk.
He's a Trump.
He's a Trump, like one of Trump's good friends. The National Enquirer.
Oh, okay.
He's one of Trump's good friends.
I bet,
he's been on CNN. He's a wacko. But it's funny that what you was just talking about, if you agree, one of my good friends in the business is Michael Blackson. Oh. And you remember when him and Tyrese did that thing? I was actually there when they was setting that thing up. And that worked to their best, right. You know, you remember that though, where Tyrese acted like he kidnapped Michael Blackson. I was there when Tyrese called him up and told him the plan, and then I went over to Tyrese's house with Blackson where they shot the little sketch. I was there for that whole thing, and it went. I mean, that shit went
viral.
They had people believe that shit,
right?
Because I remember after we shot that, and then Tyrese put the video out. Blackson had, I think, Belle Biv DeVoe or Mike, one of them from New Edition was having a birthday party, and we were supposed to go to that.
Okay.
But Tyrese was like, no, you can't go to the party. And Mike was like, what you talking about? I done told everybody I'm going to. No, we got to play this. Like, if you go to the party, they not going to believe that I got you kidnapped. Yeah. And Blackson was just, okay. And he was like, oh, yeah, that does make sense. Okay.
Right.
Tyrese said, lay low, don't do nothing on your phone.
Right.
We're going to play this.
Right.
And I didn't know. Next thing you know, I see him they went to some restaurant where y'all was out there.
Yeah.
That wasn't part, they added that later. I said, nah, these motherfuckers really taking this shit to the
WWE.
And I don't know if you know how the police came to Tyrese's house. What happened was, it was on, so they doing it, Mike not answering his phone. So Mike, somebody called Mike's phone, it was from a number he didn't recognize because he wasn't taking no calls. So he just answers it. It's like one of his friends, kind of like one of his friends, somebody like a business associate. Right. He's like, Mike, this is such and such, you all right? Because, you know, I'm watching this Tyrese thing. And
that's crazy.
So Mike said, this ain't, he tried to act like, he said, this ain't Mike, this Tyrese, I got his phone and hung up on dude. And dude is the one who called the cops. He called the cops because he, you know,
He wasn't in on it.
He wasn't in on it. So he called the cops. That's why the cops came to Tyrese's house, man. So yeah, I guess in their case that it worked. You know, they used TMZ.
As such as the boy that cried wolf. Be careful what you wish for, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Now,
that's usually how it goes. You know, you never really know how big something's gonna be until you actually do it. And you're like, man, I didn't even mean to do that.
And you kind of use use the power of the internet, use the power of TMZ.
Social media, yeah.
Has any celebrity ever snapped on you? Ever have any issues with anybody?
I never. And you already kind of, just from being a fan of the industry of entertainment, you kind of know who's kind of like the rattlesnakes and kind of people that you feel like, I don't think I really like their personality. I don't think so. I just kind of avoid them. You know, I pretty much interview people that I really like to talk to. And people that I'm more accessible, like I'll interview.
Nobody ever fronted on you, like when you try to ask them a question, get away from me, man.
No, I mean, just like with anybody, you know, somebody not having a good time or not having if I'm at court, and someone's having a court problem, ask them about their case, they're not going to be. They're not going to chuck a job with me. They're not going to be really.
Get the fuck out of my face, man. Exactly. I just had to give my wife $50,000 a month. Fuck TMZ, man.
Exactly. So, you know. But other than that, for the most part, I mean, I've been there for 6 years, so I ain't really had too much of a bad time.
You
know what I'm saying? So it's just like with any job, you have your good days, you have your bad days. Sometimes people feel like being social. Sometimes people just.
Now, is it a rule? Like, I noticed some, like they say if they're out with their kids, you don't bother them. Is that so? I don't know how that works.
That's kind of a tricky rule. Like, I think it was Jessica Alba, Halle Berry, and a couple other women that kind of made this law, whereas in like paparazzi, I don't follow people. If I'm like on a public street and you just happen to walk by, I'm gonna try to ask and get an interview from you. Whereas in Paps, which is this is jargon, is what they call Paps for paparazzi. They call Paps. So these Paps, they'll get your license plate.
They don't give a fuck.
Bro.
They ruthless.
Yeah, bro. They're off the grid. Like, I got a press pass. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the grid. You know what I'm saying? I'm mad legit. So if someone wants to give me an interview, perfect. But I'm not going to hound them. I'm not going to chase them. So they've implemented a rule, whereas if you're out with your children, you can't shoot kids. That sounds like some Scarface shit, and I'm with that.
And that makes sense.
I'm with that.
That makes sense.
So many crazy people. You don't want to be exposed to people's kids.
Anytime when those people be out, and sometimes it'd be like tourist season, and people be out with a family, and it's a spectacle. And then you got a bunch of houndy dudes walking around trying to get pictures of you, and it could get mad creepy. So I can feel like, no, the kids don't even need to be witnessing that. You know what I'm saying? They don't need to, you know.
Now, how do Mike, I want to get your opinion about, because me and Toby has talked about this on the show, and it just how celebrities, not even the public. Like, I remember the video of the basketball player. I think Larry Nance was walking into the
with the kid.
He was walking into practice. He was running. I guess he was late and the kid came up to him for the autograph, but he was kind of like going into practice, so he kind of was just like, I can't do it right now. And then they the mom taking the video, of course, you put it on social media, try to shame him, and you know,
Larry Nance Jr. ain't shit.
He wouldn't get, you know, I think just recently somebody, Amari Hardwick was on the Breakfast Club, and some girl called in Amari Hardwick from Power. Some girl called in. I guess Amari Hardwick was with his wife.
I was like, which is a good show.
Yeah, he was with his wife, and a girl came up to him and asked him for a picture or something and Amari just felt like
violated, huh?
She didn't acknowledge his wife. Like, he's with his wife. She walked up to him and said, hey, can I, hello, like, nothing to his wife, like, how, you know what I mean?
Like,
so he kind of was just like, nah,
didn't speak to both of them.
And the girl called up and and he was telling her, no, like, you know, I just felt that you was a little disrespectful. Like, I don't have any problem with taking pictures, but, you know, it's like you didn't really
acknowledge my wife. Yeah, you think I'm going to just take a picture with you and you didn't say shit about her?
So my question, Mike, is what do you feel about that? Do celebrities you know,
I don't feel like
do they owe the public a picture or autograph?
I mean, but just like with anything in the world, is that you guys pick your spots. You guys pick your
say that 3 times.
You got the weed's kicking in.
Yeah, I know.
You got to pick your spots and know when the time to look for the opportunity. Because I remember just on some comic shit, I'm talking to Bill Burr.
Yeah. Oh, one of the legends.
One of the legends, right? I know he fucking hates the paparazzi. He hates the whole extra media, you know, and he knows of me from working at the Improv. Like I said, worked at the Improv. I met a lot of people. So a lot of these dudes that I already kind of know that don't like the shit, I'm talking to him because, you know, just like all of us, we moved here to be in a situation where people is waiting to get a picture with us and waiting to talk to us. So I feel like you just got to be common courtesy to anybody. He told me this story that him, Dave Chappelle, and who else was at the table? Anyway, they were just sitting in a restaurant and someone just walked up to their table.
Oh, my God.
And selfied them.
Oh, well, no, you can't.
And I was like, bro,
no, you can't.
How did you not want to murder somebody? So I can imagine somebody just wanting to do that and your kids is there. I'm like, bro, how you not going to not? First, who is you?
Yeah, if your wife is, you know.
Because regardless of that, that's just wrong etiquette as a person anyway. You know what I'm saying? So far as any general person, you know, any person that's coming just invading your space, that's just not right anyway.
Right.
So I feel like with situations, and also what I realized doing this job is that people can't be completely shut off, especially if you have someone taking 10% of your business because they're putting your face on billboards. You have IMDb, you have flyers, you have a PR person letting people know who you are and when you're gonna be. So you can't be upset because that's when somebody recognizes you because you're paying them or paying somebody to do that.
I hear they tell people.
So I understand pick your spots, and that's why I don't really go about being crazy, just running up on people. You know, if I'm in the bathroom and I notice somebody and I'm on the clock working at TMZ and I see somebody in the bathroom, I'm not gonna just pull my camera out in the bathroom. Harvey would be upset with me. You know what I'm saying? We're like, what are you doing? Unless the celebrity, and I know the celebrity, they'll be like, oh, let's do something fun in the bathroom.
Right.
Cool. I could look like a hero, blah, 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 blah. I could picture on the show. Oh, this is funny. I saw Mark Human in the bathroom, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool, but I'm not going to just sit there and just see, oh, I see Tyrese. I'm pulling out the camera in the bathroom.
You can't.
Tyrese, the watch might kick in. You know what I'm saying? Baby boy, he might try to feel himself. I'm like, oh man, he in his zone.
But you got more. See, you have standards, but you know some motherfuckers who don't. Who don't give a fuck.
Right.
And that's the ones get smacked the shit out of it, but then they try to sue. It's like you in the rough. These celebrities, what Kanye? Didn't Kanye steal somebody's camera one time?
So I guess to answer your question, that's how I kind of feel. That's kind of how I feel. Just pick your spots. Pick your spots when you're trying to talk to somebody. You know, if you're somebody that doesn't look like they're really being standoff, and you know how it is. You can tell how people are. You walk in LA, people avoid eye contact with you.
I remember about 6 months ago, I was at Red Lobster, and
love they biscuits.
And
oh man, come on, man.
Oh, let's not even talk about it.
And so, me and my daughters, and we was waiting. It was a wait like 30 minutes. So I walk out. They in there sitting down waiting for a table. I walk outside. I was like, this is a good time to sneak off and smoke a blunt before I eat in this bitch. So I go outside and I see Terrell Davis.
I think you told me this,
And I was like, yo, TD. And then, see, you know, I mean, being that I lived in San Diego and shit like that, and that's where he from, and I know people who went to school with him and know him. I'm like, yo, Terrell, you know, I was like, yo, man, congratulations on the Hall of Fame and shit. I said, hey, let me get a picture. And at this time, it's just me and him there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that his wife and kids was on the inside of Red Lobster.
Okay.
But he knew I didn't know because it's just me and him standing in front of the motherfucker.
Right.
But instead of just, you know, he was acting like, you know, he's like, okay. So when I said, let's take a picture, he was like, oh shit, you too, huh? You know, like
TD, what?
Yeah, like Terrell Davis acting like this. I was like, nigga, you not. I mean, most of these motherfuckers don't even know who you are.
Facts. Right.
I'm like, nigga, I know who you are because I'm a football fan. He was like, oh, you too.
Terrell Davis?
Terrell Davis acted funny style with me about taking a picture in front of Red Lobster. And then, like I said, after we took the picture, his wife and kids came out, so he was going to get the car. But you know, that's something like they weren't there then, and they didn't even know what took place, and I didn't even see them.
Right.
But he was acting like that. So I'm saying he would have acted like that even if they wouldn't have been there. He just thought he was too big time.
And that's just how it is with some people, because you hear the horror story with Jamie Foxx asking Prince for a picture.
Oh shit! Let me before you do that.
Look that up.
No, I want to. It's funny because I got to go on this one. I'm just tell you real quick. I think I told you the story. Brian Barber. Remember Brian Barber? He directed all the Outkast videos. He did Idlewild. He was hot at one point.
Got it.
He was at the Laugh Factory one night. He's upstairs. I don't know if somebody from Atlanta was performing. I'm not sure what he was there. Maybe Outkast was in the house, but he was upstairs, you know, chocolate sundaes, you know. So I see him, and this is when he was, you know, Idlewild. I love Idlewild and stuff like that. And so he was sitting at the table. He was with some people, but, you know, I was like, choose your spot. I chose, you know, I was looking. I was like, all right, I think it's a cool time to just, you know, go over there. I didn't want a picture. I just wanted to tell him who I was and
chop
tell
it up.
him I appreciate his.
Hey. I exist. I appreciate your craft.
I was like, hey,
pushing.
I was like, because they gave him a shout out. I said, Brian, hey, man, Jamal Doman, comedian. I'm a big fan of your work, man. I'm a big, huge Outkast fan. The videos you do is incredible, man. I'm a comedian from Philadelphia. He looked at me. He was like, good luck with your career, and turned back to his crew. So listen, man.
Oh, that nigga,
that's how people be, man. But
fuck you, Brian Barber.
That nigga
before we get out of here, I got a good one.
Yeah.
So, picking spots. I'm in Beverly Hills, right? One time, and I see Mark Wahlberg.
Wow.
So Mark Wahlberg and his wife are in like a little area in a little alley, and they like kissing. They like being really intimate. I'm about to pull out the camera, and I was like, and Mark was like, yo, don't interview me, da 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 da. And I was like, cool, I got you. I'm walking up the block. Mark sees me in his car, rolls down his window, and he was like, yo, appreciate you for not shooting me. Next time I see you, we'll go over questions. I give you everything. Next time I saw Mark Wahlberg, he was coming out of Ebaldi restaurant with Michael Jordan, wearing Michael Jordans, with his kids wearing J's. Gave me the best interview. Mark Wahlberg is that dude.
Dope podcast.
That dude.
Dope Dilla Podcast. That's what's up, man.
He was a man of his word.
Marky Mark. Look at Marky Mark.
Hey, I'm part of the Funky Bunch on that one. So.
Marky Mark, man.
So what about the Jamie Foxx and Prince?
Oh, look it up, bro. Look it up because
we gotta look that up.
Yeah, look it up. If it's something when Jamie Foxx had saw Prince and Prince.
I think Jamie did a joke about that.
He talks about it on the Fox show. He got a bit about it.
Yeah,
it's on how
he did a bit about it. Yeah.
So yeah, definitely look about it. But just hey, getting pictures from someone that does it. Find out, talk to the person first before you want to get your feelings hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because some people just don't want to be photographed.
Brian Barber didn't want to be bothered that time.
Sometimes people don't want to help your IG.
Terrell Davis ain't want to be bothered that time.
Terrell Davis.
I don't even think I was on IG when I was like 8 years ago. Brian Barber hasn't did shit since, so that's karma.
Yeah.
So we good?
I'm strizzy. I'll let it come back.
Oh man, you gotta come. We ain't done. I don't know if Toby got. I got a roll. I got a little gig to do. But man, you know, you come back and see us anytime. Toby, you take us home, man.
Yeah, we got it. Yeah. All right. Have a good
Dope Dilla Podcast.
Hey. All right, bro. Appreciate it, right?
Yep, Jamal's excellent. Go make them laugh. Shit. It's a good thing when you got to leave early to go tell some jokes and make some money on a Tuesday night. Shit. Man, I had a great. I'm glad you came by.
Man, I'm glad I got to, man. I appreciate it. How long y'all been doing this for, man?
This is episode 43. Yeah, it's going well. Episode 43.
You up there with Joe and them?
Yeah, we trying to get there. And speaking of that, we are looking for sponsors.
Okay.
Big companies, small companies, mom and pop shops, anything. Yeah, shit. And with this episode, there is still a few dates left available for shows in 2018. But if not, 2019 is open after February, whatever. Looking for bookings, corporate, clean comedy, your kid's birthday party. We here, Dope Dealers Podcast, me and Jamal, Mychael Anthony. Glad to have him in today.
Appreciate you, bro.
My man from St. Louis. The Rams left y'all. They came to L.A., so at least you here. You beat them here. You like, shit.
I beat everybody here.
Yeah, so, I mean, hell, that's...
I beat Pujols here, too.
Have you been to a Rams game lately?
I have not been to a Rams game, but I heard
since they've been in L.A.?
I have not. I have not yet. I will.
Oh, eventually. So you wasn't a Rams fan when they was in St. Louis?
I was not a Rams fan since Nelly was hot.
Oh, shit. Why not? Since way back then.
Back when they won, but I'm petty like that. I'm only a fan when they're in St. Louis.
It's funny you mentioned Nelly. Hey, what happened to his crew? Like, what was they called?
The Lunatics.
What are they doing now?
They broke up, and some people are still rocking with Nelly, and some people, just like Winnie Crew.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Just like,
else.
Eminem with D12. There's some members of D12 still rocking with M, and, some people still fall back to doing other parts of music, but they still cool. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. And you know how it is when people, when you got a crew, some people don't always want to move and continue to move the right way. So
yeah. I never forget. Let me tell this story about Nelly, this girl Nelly, and then I'm gonna get out of it. Yeah, I remember a couple years ago when the lady accused Nelly of raping her and all that old crazy stuff.
Yep.
I never will forget this, man. I met a girl and she was from St. Louis. Like right when that shit was going on, I was performing somewhere and I met this girl. Said she was from St. Louis. And she just happened to say, I don't know how the subject of Nelly came up in the situation. And she goes, yeah, I used to work with Nelly, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know he did that shit. That's what type of person he is, blah, blah, blah. And then the next day is when the lady came out and said she lied on Nelly. And I'm like, she lied on Nelly and this broad lied on Nelly. Like, this bitch is running with this story.
It just,
and she don't, I don't even know if she actually knew Nelly, but she just told me that shit.
Yeah, people be playing telephone. People just be playing telephone.
Yeah, that's crazy. And see, hell, shit, that's how it works over at damn near TMZ. Some of the shit, people just call with this bullshit too. And man,
that's why we gotta comb through. Get through the shit
to get the real story. I know y'all gotta do a lot of y'all gotta go through a lot of shit to get the real story. And the shit you told us was very exciting, man. Glad you came through, man. We're gonna have to bring you back, man.
Absolutely.
We always here, so
I know now. I know where the parking's at. I'm there.
Yeah,
the engineer over there. What up, bro?
Yeah, man. So
it's chill spot.
Have you got anything coming up?
No.
Let the people know how to find you.
You can find me on Instagram at The Real Mike Jones. The Real Mike Jones, MyKeJones. And I'm on Facebook for you old motherfuckers. And, other than that, you can just see me in the streets. You can just see me in the streets.
Hey, and actually, December 13th, I'll be at the Sundowner Saloon in Kingman, Arizona.
Ooh.
December 14th through 16th, I'll be at the Edgewater Casino in Laughlin, Nevada. And December 17th, I'll be at the Hundal Casino in Pine Top, Arizona. I'll probably be the only nigga there, but I'll be there. If you know somebody in those areas, please send them out. Have them come out and enjoy themselves.
Get them,
episode 43.
All them dates. I'm glad I went last. I'm glad I went first.
Yeah. That's the ones that are here during this time.
Get it, baby.
Yeah, so, man, thanks to everybody. Hey,
happy holidays.
Subscribe to Dope Dealers Podcast. Rate us. Leave a review. Tell a friend. Tell the family members. Especially during the holidays, you ain't got shit to do. You packing, you wrapping gifts, shit like that. Just turn on the Dope Dealers Podcast and tell your friends to do the same. We out here, Toby Hixx on Instagram.